What does it say about a society when a woman who dared to speak for the poor, the marginalized, and the voiceless is gunned down in the streets of her own city? This is the story of Marielle Franco, a woman who rose from the favelas of Brazil only to be silenced by bullets. Marielle Francisco da Silva, better known as Marielle Franco, was born in 1979 in Mare, one of Rio de Janeiro's most violent favelas. She grew up surrounded by poverty, crime, and the daily fear of violence. But instead of being consumed by her environment, Marielle chose to fight against it. By the time she was a teenager, she was already questioning inequality, asking why some lives were valued while others were treated as disposable. Her determination led her to pursue higher education, something very few from her community could dream of. She studied sociology and later earned a master's degree in public administration. Every step she took was a step for the people she represented. Marielle didn't just want to survive the favela. She wanted to change it. She became an outspoken activist against police brutality and state violence. For years, she documented abuses committed by Rio's military police, violence that mostly targeted poor black residents in the favelas. In 2016, she was elected as a city councillor in Rio de Janeiro. And this wasn't just any win, it was historic. She was one of the only black women ever elected to that position in the city. Her campaign was built on one promise: to defend the rights of women, the LGBTQ+ community, and the poor. And she kept that promise. But speaking truth to power in a country plagued with corruption and systemic violence made her a target. On the night of March 14, 2018, Marielle Franco left an event focused on empowering young black women. She got into her car, accompanied by her driver, Anderson Gomez. Moments later, another car pulled up alongside them. Gunshots tore through the vehicle. Both Marielle and Anderson were killed instantly. She was just 38 years old. The bullets that ended her life weren't random. They were precise, deliberate, and planned. News of her assassination shook Brazil to its core. Crowds flooded the streets in grief and anger. People demanded answers. Who ordered the killing? And why? The ammunition used in her murder was traced back to a batch originally purchased by the federal police. This only fueled suspicions of political involvement and cover-ups. Her assassination wasn't just the silencing of one woman. It was a message to every activist, every dissenter, every poor resident of the favelas: stay quiet, or face the same fate. But here's the truth. Marielle Franco may have been killed, but her voice didn't die. Her face became a symbol in protests across Brazil and around the world. Murals of her image appeared on walls in Rio, in New York, and Paris. Her name became a rallying cry for justice, not just in Brazil, but globally. To this day, people still march, still demand answers, still say her name. Because Marielle Franco wasn't just a politician. She was hope. Marielle once said, "They will not silence us." And though her killers tried, they failed. Because every time her name is spoken, every time her story is told, her fight for justice continues. She was a mother, a fighter, a voice for the voiceless. And in silencing her, they only made her voice echo louder. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And remember, some stories deserve to be told, even when they break your heart. Finally, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. See you in the next video.